Every man believes he knows what women want: looks, money, status. But here's the dark truth. Those things may grab her attention for a second, but they will never make her obsessed with you. And obsession is what separates the man she forgets from the man she dreams about at night. Think about it. How many times have you seen an average-looking guy, broke with nothing special going on, yet he has a beautiful woman chasing him, blowing up his phone, begging for his attention? Meanwhile, you work harder, look better, even treat women better, but somehow you're invisible. Doesn't that burn inside you? It's not your fault. Nobody taught you the 7 psychological triggers that flip a woman's brain into obsession mode. These triggers bypass her logic, slip under her defenses, and make her crave you like a drug she can't quit. And here's the cruel part. If you don't know them, another man does. And he'll take the woman you want right out of your hands, no matter how much you think she likes you. So here's the choice: keep living blind, watching women slip away while weaker men win, or finally learn the hidden psychology that makes her addicted to you. Once you know these 7 tricks, you'll never look at women the same way again. She won't either. 1. The power of uncertainty. Women say they want consistency, but what they actually crave is unpredictability. Think of it like this. If she always knows when you'll text, how you'll respond, and what you'll say, her brain flatlines. No dopamine, no excitement. But if you give her controlled uncertainty, sometimes taking longer to reply, sometimes ending the conversation first, sometimes surprising her with attention when she least expects it, you trigger her reward system. Imagine Sarah in New York, a woman who's used to men blowing up her phone, begging for attention. Then she meets Daniel, a man who gives her just enough to feel special but never everything at once. Suddenly she's checking her phone every 10 minutes, replaying his last words, wondering when he'll message again. That tension? That's obsession forming. 2. The mirror of desire. Psychology proves people fall for those who reflect their own values and emotions. But here's the twist. Most men try to impress women by showing their own world. A Stoic man understands the opposite. He reflects her world back to her. Picture Olivia, a successful lawyer in London. Most men try to brag about careers, cars, or gym routines. But when James listens deeply, catches her phrases, mirrors her excitement, and shares her passions, Olivia feels like he gets her in ways no one else does. She's not just attracted, she's addicted. Because with him, she feels seen, validated, alive. First, the scarcity principle. Let's face it, people value what they believe they can lose. If you're always available, always texting, always saying yes, she subconsciously devalues you. But when you guard your time, when you have a mission bigger than her, when she feels like she has to earn your presence, that scarcity drives her wild. Think about Michael in Los Angeles. He's building his business, chasing his dreams. He doesn't cancel plans for a woman. Instead, she fits into his schedule. At first, she's annoyed. Then she realizes his time is rare, precious, and valuable. Suddenly, she's competing with his world, and the more she fights for it, the deeper she falls. 4. The emotional roller coaster. Here's a truth from neuroscience. The brain bonds stronger through highs and lows than through flat consistency. That's why thrill rides, scary movies, or even arguments can create closeness. Women don't want a man who keeps life neutral. They want a man who makes them feel. For example, Emma in Toronto dates a nice guy who never disagrees, never challenges, never surprises. She grows bored. Then she meets Alex, who playfully debates, teases, pushes her to think differently. One moment she's frustrated, the next she's laughing, then she's intrigued. Her emotions spike and the bond cements. She doesn't just want him, she craves him. 5. The mystery factor. The more she knows, the less she fantasizes. The less she knows, the more her imagination works overtime. And here's the thing. Women's imagination is your greatest weapon. Take Ryan and Sydney. He doesn't overshare, doesn't unload his entire life story in week 1. Instead, he leaves hints, stories half told, a sense of depth she hasn't uncovered yet. While other guys talk themselves into boredom, Ryan becomes a puzzle, a riddle, a locked diary. And what do humans do when faced with a mystery? They obsess until they solve it. 6. The subtle touch of indifference. This one is deadly. When a woman senses that you want her but don't need her, her ego is torn apart. She's used to men who orbit around her, begging for approval. But when you show her through your actions, not fake coldness, but real self-sufficiency, that her presence is a bonus, not your survival, she spirals. Picture Chloe in Manchester. She's gorgeous and every man bends to her will. Then she meets David, who enjoys her company but doesn't flinch when she cancels, doesn't chase when she pulls away, doesn't get emotional when she tests him. That calm, stoic detachment, it makes her chase harder than she's ever chased before. 7. The king's frame. Finally, the most powerful trick of all, frame. A king never begs, never pleads, never adjusts himself to fit the crowd. He sets the tone, the pace, the energy, and others follow. If you establish yourself as the man who knows who he is, who leads conversations, who has unshakable standards, she will fall in line. Anna in Chicago, a woman who thought she controlled every relationship, suddenly finds herself following Mark's lead, his energy, his decisions, his frame. She tells herself she can walk away anytime, but deep inside she knows she can't, because she's already obsessed with a man who stands like a mountain. Conclusion. And here's the part most miss. You don't need perfect looks, money, or status to do this. You just need psychology, discipline, and the courage to flip the script. Women aren't obsessed with the man who gives them everything. They're obsessed with the man who makes them feel everything. So the next time you wonder why she's slipping away, ask yourself, am I flat and predictable? Or am I a storm she can't stop chasing? Because once you master these 7 tricks, obsession isn't an accident, it's inevitable. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.